Hello, I hope everybody is doing well today. Welcome to my channel, Cards of Life. Today we are going to do a different kind of video. I still do card readings, yes, on this channel, but I also wanted to do some informational videos, some edutainment here. So what we're going to talk about is inner child healing and 3 ways to connect with your inner child. Now, before we get started, I do want to go ahead and tell you, if you do want to get a reading in the future or anytime, go on my website, check it out. There's also some very awesome products on the website as well. I do all natural spiritual healing products, so like aromatherapy soaps. I do sprays. They're all handcrafted, and like I said, they're all natural, no synthetic fragrance oils, no synthetic colors or anything like that. So check that out if you would like to. And then let's move on to the main video, okay? So 3 ways to connect with your inner child. Now, the first way I found in connecting with my inner child is really paying attention to my IV-MAC, my inner voice management and control. So your IV-MAC is pretty much that inner voice that you have. It's either with you or against you. You want it to be with you. You want it to kind of go your way, but a lot of times, sometimes it doesn't, all right? So a lot of times we don't even realize it because it's more of a subconscious voice, even though it does a lot of the leading. And the best way you can become aware of your IV-MAC is when you are in a more relaxed state. Either when you're in a relaxed state or when you are like driving, if it's somewhere that you're driving to and you always drive there. So, it's like second nature. When you're doing something like in nature or you're walking somewhere and you kind of get lost in your thoughts, or sort of say, that's how you can really kind of tune into your IV-MAC and become more conscious of it. So yeah, being aware of your IV-MAC, but not also being aware of it, but you also want to understand how your inner voice makes you feel, okay? So what is it saying to you? Is it saying like, no, you can't do this, and you want to do a particular something, and then it responds and like, no, that's not gonna happen? Or, you might look in the mirror, or you might think about how you look or something like that, and then it comes back like, oh, you're not all that, or you're not, you're not good looking, or whatever it may be. You can't do that type of career. You're not smart enough. You might think consciously, yes, I can do this. Yes, I want to do that. But your inner voice is saying something different. So we want to become aware of our inner voice so that when it does challenge us or is against what we truly want, then we can correct it, because we are the leaders, not our inner voice. But when we're young, when we're children, we take on these beliefs, and the inner voice will carry them out. Our subconscious pretty much will carry them out throughout our lives unless we consciously are aware and do something about it. So that's the first way that I found out about, that I find to help you become more aware of your inner child and to connect with your inner child. The second way is to ask your inner child questions, compelling questions, questions that are really something that you want to know more about yourself. Honest questions, okay? And so it could be a question like, I don't know, am I beautiful? Do I love myself? Am I happy to be here? Am I happy with my life? Do I like myself? And you will get a feeling that goes, you might get an answer, or you might just get a feeling. You might get a feeling in your body. And we can go into that later on, like how to release this certain feelings as it pertains to your inner child. But right now, we're just talking about like kind of on the surface level of how to connect. And yeah, so another way that you can connect is, yes, asking your inner child questions, but also I would say to ask your inner child questions and then go into a meditative state, or while you're in a meditative state, ask your inner child questions. Okay. And from there you will really get some answers, because if you go into a meditative state or a relaxed state, and you even can bring your inner child up in the metaphysical realm, and your inner child will tell you a lot, because your conscious mind will be out the way. And so therefore your subconscious, which is your inner child, will step in and speak for itself and really spill all the tea. Okay, pretty much. And so yeah, that is a really great way to connect with your inner child, and from that space you can make a lot of changes. Now let's see. Meditative state. Okay, so we talked about that. And now another really great way that you can connect with your inner child is to simply play. Do things that you love to do as a child, whether it's skipping, jump roping, running, laughing, swinging, whatever it may be, skating, biking, whatever. Do those things. If it's certain games that you liked, or cartoons, or even like certain clothes that you may have liked to wear. I know some of this might sound silly, but maybe it's like a certain type of sandal, like the jellies or something like that, or a certain type of style of dress or something like that. Let your inner child live again and come up to the surface, because a lot of times we forget about what happened in our childhood, especially if it wasn't something that we would have truly preferred, or if it was something that was painful or uncomfortable to us. We will tend to push it in the back of our mind, or just forget about it. And it's like a defense mechanism. It's like for our own wellness, but it's not true healing. Okay. So yeah, you can do these things and it will help you to connect with your inner child. Another way to connect with your inner child is pretty much not only to do things that you have done as a child, but to do things that you wanted to do as a child. So if you wanted to, I don't know, if you was a teenager and let's say you couldn't go out much, go out and do those things that you wanted to do as a teenager. Okay, go to, I don't know, the burger joint or whatever. I'm just thinking of TV shows. They always hang out at the burger joint. Go out and hang out with your friends. Go out and go to the movies, even if you go by yourself. Yeah, things that you wanted to do as a child, go ahead and do them. And so